What's going down, everybody? It's Lafayette Taylor, and right now you're about to Q&A with SheGoHard Radio. Let's go.
What's up? It's Miss Tiki SheGoHard for SheGoHard Radio, and we are live at One Sound Vibe Studios for the Grind Hustle Stack podcast. And we are tapping in with the CEO of One Sound Vibe, Lafayette Taylor. How you doing today, Mr. Taylor?
I'm alright, and yourself?
I am good. So, One Sound Vibe, tell us about the brand, the business, just everything that you've created here, and you have some awesome things going on, by the way.
One Sound Vibe is my life. First of all, now One Sound Vibe was created 2018 after my father passed away. I did a song called Why, my first single that was out called Why. I kept saying One Sound Vibe through the whole song. It's still One Sound Vibe through the whole song. It caught on to me. You know, and from there I was like, yeah, it feels right, you know. So I made One Sound Vibe my writer's tag, and then from there, One Sound Vibe Studios was created, then One Sound Vibe Entertainment. So everything One Sound Vibe connection, you know, because I believe, just like they're the same with Drumline, one band, one sound, you know, when you come here to One Sound Vibe, everybody be on one accord. So yeah, that's how I was basically started One Sound Vibe right there.
Okay, and so you have a team that you're working with, and so before we just jump into everything that you have going on, can you tell us a little bit about your team and the people that's supporting you and everything at One Sound Vibe?
Well, One Sound Vibe is built off of affiliates, you know, the family. You know, it's a full empire. You know, I got MC Capital K, owner of Icon Studio Suites. He's Studio C over here, and we got Major League Beats. You know, shout out to Major League as well. And then we have Mioka McBride of Hills Out. You know, we got plenty of other. We have so many people. I can't even name everybody, but we have a lot of people of That Way, Free Game Productions, Living Got That Sauce. Man, the list goes on. Grind Zoom Media. Man, it's a family. It's a real family, for real.
That's what's up. And so how does it feel being a CEO of a company and having a vision that people truly see your vision and support?
I feel blessed. I feel really blessed. It's hard work, but you know, when people go hard, you know, when the fam goes hard, I go even harder for them. You know, at the end of the day, I'm trying to set us up to win and not to fail. And I know that I'm not from Houston, and when I came out here, it was very segregated. And I feel like I wanted to bring unity in different aspects of the music industry, film industry, and business industry. And that's what I'm doing, One Sound Vibe. And, you know, I've been open for, actually April 26th will be 2 years I had this building. And it's been a blessing. Like I said, One Sound Vibe changed my life, really. It gave me hope for a lot of different things that I'm doing in life.
Okay, and April 26th is a 2-year anniversary. We checked out some of the before pictures, and you have put a lot of work into it and a lot of effort into making sure that it feels good to be here. The energy is good. When you first got the building, did you have a vision when you walked in, or, you know?
As soon as I walked in, yes, I did. You know, it was a blank canvas. And just like how life is for me, I treat life as a blank canvas. Let me paint it. Let me paint the picture. Let me make sure that I want it the way it should be, that I want it to be. You know, man, it was when I first walked in here, I was like, this is it. And I found this on Craigslist. You know what I mean? I'm a researcher. You know, at the end of the day, I did a lot of research to find this building. And when I found it online, when I seen the pictures, I was like, this is it. I was excited. I hurried up and called them, and I met up with them the next day. I was like, yeah. And then the next day after that, I said I want to see it again, but this time I want to bring Cap. You know, because MC Capital K, Icon Studio Suite, he actually was my staff engineer at my other studio with my old business partner at DTADC. Shout out to Shakita Davis. And from there, he became my supervisor at the studio, and I seen the hustle and the grind that he had as well. So when I came here and I seen it, it was like I said, Blake Canvas. I said, "You like it?" He's like, "Yeah, this gonna be next studio." I said, "Yeah, I like it, but you want a spot here?" He said, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "Hey, there you go."
Awesome. That's a great connection. So over the 2 years, you built up your brand. You've recorded a lot of music, and you put a lot of music out there. I've had the chance to come before and meet up with you and kind of sample some of that music, but I want you to tell the audience, because I know you have an alter ego, but I want you to tell the audience a little bit about how you what made you not just open a studio, but want to pursue a career in music, because you are an artist, not just a CEO. You are an entertainer also.
Yes, I'm an artist, writer. I write film and music. So I've been music since I was in 3rd grade. I'm a drummer, so I used to play in the concert band. Then it came to orchestra. Then went to high school, it was a symphonic band, jazz band. Then I had a jazz ensemble. Then I had my own jazz group outside of the school. Then I had an R&B group, and so so it was a lot. My family.
It's inbred in you.
My father was a drummer. My uncle was a drummer for James Brown, and then my grandpa was a drummer as well.
Oh.
So it was just, I haven't put the drumstick since I left college, but I know I can still get it.
So marching band is the only thing you didn't do?
Marching band is the only thing that they did not get me to do. They wanted me to, but I was in sports, so I wasn't about to go back.
Okay.
So
I'll take that. I was in the marching band. I played trumpet.
That's a sport itself.
It definitely
was.
Sport
itself, and shout out to people in the marching band. Seriously.
Yeah. So where are you originally from? You say you're not from Houston.
I'm originally from Fairbanks, Alaska.
Alaska.
Fairbanks, Alaska. I stayed there 15 years of my life, born and raised. And I moved to California September 7th, 2001. That's 4 days before September 11th happened. So my family and I, my mom, my dad, my grandpa, my little sister, we moved from Alaska to Sacramento, California. But when we got there, they sold the house. We were in there for 30 minutes. They're like, I walked around the house one time. They was like, "Oh, we sold it." They're like, "Oh, wow." So we just went in the car and went to LA to my auntie's house. My auntie had her older son, older daughter, and her boyfriend there. And all of us was staying in 2-bedroom. It was a 2-bedroom apartment in South Central LA. I didn't know anybody out there at all.
Yeah.
And I ended up going to Venice High School. And then that's when I met my very first friend. His name is Jay, aka 746. Shout out to 746 AM. And we formed a group together because we was in English class and we had a fire drill, and he started singing Boys to Men. I was like, "I'm gonna bust on this fool real quick," you know what I mean?
Right.
So we started singing and we started harmonizing together, and from there I was like, "Yo, let's form a group," and it was called Too Emotional.
Too emotional. You know what? These days people are too emotional. I can relate, but I hope you guys weren't that emotional back then. So you've been doing music all your life.
Yes.
Pretty much. That's awesome. Who are some of the artists that you're working with? We talked about Cap, and you're working with other artists. Are there any artists that you're exclusively working with right now?
I work with a lot of different people, not just artists. Well, everyone's an artist to me,
Yeah.
I got MC Capital K, got Major League. I'm working with H-Town, legendary group H-Town.
Okay.
I'm working with Garfield from Shy, legendary group Shy.
Okay.
And Taxi, working on some things for Warner Music.
Okay.
And just a lot of other things going on. Joe Major, got a lot of records with Joe Major. Shout out to Joe Major, the favorite. And man, the list goes on.
The list goes on.
Yeah,
so is there anyone that you want to work with that you haven't had a chance to work with?
If I had a chance to work with, like, all-time favorite to work with, is Keith Sweat. That's one of my idols.
You kind of favor Keith.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything bad about Keith, but you can actually sing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, that's my boy, man.
I understand. I love Keith. Keith is one that he's the top begging too emotional guy that ever came out. You know what I'm saying?
It worked.
You know, and it worked for him
He's
because
still going today.
And to have him as an inspiration. Hey, Keith song. You know, when his songs come on, it doesn't matter how old or how young. Everybody knows his song.
Right. You know, between them and you know, I'm a group man at heart. I love harmonies.
Okay.
And that's why I love, you know, me being in a group. I never want to be a solo artist. I always wanted to be in a group because I love 2 other people or 3 other people doing the same thing I'm doing at the same time. That's why One Sound Vibe means so much to me, because we're all doing the same thing. We're all doing the same common goal.
And it all goes together.
It's the same thing. We're all in harmony.
But you're multiple people in one also. So you're a group all by yourself.
Yes, I basically. Yeah. Lafayette Taylor, everything that I write tells a story, and it's a story of my life. You know, I've either gone through it, going through it, or predicted it. A lot of songs I wrote when I was 15 on up, I predicted my future when I was 21, 25, which is kind of crazy. I was like, dang, how did this happen? I'm going through this right now. Oh, wow. But every situation, like last year, COVID was one of the years I really found my sound. You know, I have a vibey voice, meaning, you know, I don't sing. I hold my own. I'm not a croner, but I can hold my own. I'm an entertainer. I love entertaining people. I love creating the emotion of the room. You know, so if it's a sad song, you're going to feel sad. If it's a lovey song, you're going to feel lovey. If it's a let's get it on type song, you're going to get it on. 10% on your battery there. Then we got, you know, the turn up songs. We're gonna turn up. So I got different feels for the different type of atmosphere. In my newest joint I did, that was really a different vibe. It sounded like Kim. It's a real neo soul song, and I was like, wow, you know. But then comes the Blim. Oh, my bad. I just take this. Oh well.
Okay, well we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause on him. Is it possible that we can hear some of your music right now, or a song right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I would start off with I want to start off how it originally started.
Okay.
Well, why? You know, this is me. Like I said, this is how One Sound Vibe was created. Should have here. You know what? I don't know why I did that. I could have looked the other thing.
What's the problem?
I always wanted a Caribbean joint. Major League Beats made this track. He was like, I never made a Caribbean song. Like, make a Caribbean song. After 4 times. Yeah. 4 times, he finally did it for me.
After 4 times, you got it.
You know what you want, girl. I know what I need. You got me saying why?
What's up, everybody? Slow down.
Why we not one, girl? What's the problem? You got me saying why, girl? What's the problem? You got me saying why? Why we not one, girl? What's the problem? You got me saying why,
That's a little snippet of that one.
Yes, and it's an awesome vibe. So you said it took you a little while to get your people to do this one.
Yeah, Major League, you know, shout out to my bro Major League. And he was like, I never did a Caribbean beat before. Like, bro, just do a Caribbean song. Like, do it. I just want a Caribbean song. And it was like the 4th time I asked him, like, all right, whatever, let's do it. We was at the old studio at that time.
Okay.
And this is the transition to One Sound Vibe. And he started making it I got the whole thing recorded on the phone and everything from the start to finish. I was so happy. I was in the front. I wasn't even singing in the mic. I'm in front of the yeah, you know, doing all the extra stuff. And like I had 20-something versions of it. 20-something versions. And then there's a guy, my boy, shout out to Amir Jackson, picture Amir Jackson. He was new from Dallas, and we recorded at my studio at the time. I was like, in my head, I thought I did the first and second verse. I was like, I'm missing something. a rapper. So I called him up and he came and laid the verse down in 30 minutes. It was inspired. And I arranged it because I arranged my songs. You know, like I said, give me just like the beat, give you a blank canvas and watch me paint. So, and we did that, and I had the person, DB Mixon, shout out to DB Mixon out of Atlanta, and he mixed it about 8 times. After I don't mixed it about 20 times, you know, and then I had Major League Master about 5 times. So it's a process. It was really a process.
Man, you know, every producer have several songs that really makes the hair stand up on your arm. What is that first song that really, outside of the song you just played, what is the song that you produced or made that made the hair stand up on your arm and you was like, okay, this is one of those songs?
It has to be my songs I haven't released yet. You know, that's that emotional side of me. You know, that's that side that last year during COVID, you know, it's called Poetry Heartbreak EP. I'm not releasing it later on this year, and there's a couple of joints on there. The whole CD, the whole EP is going to be really nice. But Care for You really hit hard, you know, and because when I played it for individuals in the studio, men, women, I literally see them put their heads down and just almost get into tears, or they think about their exes. A lot of them be like, I hate you, love y'all. You got me texting my ex and everything else, and it's like,
you know what? I was going to ask you to hear, but I don't even want to hear because I'm a drunk texter. And, you know, ladies are drunk texters. I don't think guys are drunk texters like ladies. And we're sipping on wine, but we like those emotional songs. But we don't want to text the ex. They make us.
And it was like, and the thing is about the songs, the whole EP, it's me recognizing my faults in the relationship.
Can I ask you something about that real quick?
Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
You know, because sometimes women feel like guys never, like after a breakup, sometimes we feel like they really didn't get it. So you making that statement that you recognize your faults, that's taking a big step towards, I don't even know what word I want to use, but did you being a man, but also it feels as a woman to hear a man say that, you know, that you recognize your fault. We sometimes think that men don't recognize their fault, especially when they mess up with a good woman.
Yeah, it's really hard, you know, especially when that person doesn't see their own faults, you know, and they keep blaming you for everything. You know, I'm gonna take it, okay, I messed up, or I don't care who messed up in the situation. I know what I did wrong. I know what you said I did wrong as well. I did my best to fix it, and I'm gonna do my best to grow from it. And like I said, I never say any relationship that I had prior to this, as far as personal friendships to real relationships, that it was a waste of time. I learned from those mistakes.
Absolutely.
I learned from it.
You find the positive in every situation.
You definitely got to find the positive in everything.
Yeah.
You know, dawn on negative stuff like you want to, you ain't gonna grow.
Yeah, absolutely. So you write out of emotion. You're an emotional writer.
Yes, and it's kind of crazy, and I don't sit there and pen and pad it. I only pen and pad it on a real R&B song. I haven't did that in a long time, to be honest. But I go in I let the beat play. I just go in there and do gibberish on the track. My gibberish are 75% words already in there, and the actual words are then 25% sound like words, but they're not words, but you get the picture. That's all. I'm gonna put out an EP called Gibberish.
Wow.
So I have a lot going on, and I get individuals, I network a lot, and I get individuals and see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and I try to home in on their strengths to push them towards their goals. So, you know, if it's like, I know I got the magazine, but I know one of my affiliates wants to run a magazine, do a magazine, so I'm gonna push them hard to work on a magazine and put their brand on that as well. So, you know, it's all hand in hand. I'm never selfish. One Sound Vibe is not for the selfish. It's for the family. So yeah, that's
Okay, tell us something funny that has happened at a show or event or even in the studio?
Let's see. I know that we shout out to Al B. Dixon. That's my boy, and you know it'd be a lot of times at nighttime because he used to stay at night and let me just say this: it's just funny seeing people when we are outside of our element. Now we're chillaxing, we're drinking wine, we're drinking alcohol, we're chilling, and it's just funny what people say. I can't really say what was said. I can't remember. Don't get me to. But there's a lot of moments, too many moments. But I can tell you the most memorable moments in here are when I actually invited Brittany from Chicago, and I invited some other people in. My boy 746 and everything when we had a writing session for H-Town. You know, that day was really fulfilled. I invited all my people around, and then it was just seeing everybody help with their album, and then now it's charting on the charts. And then Queen Vibe, Miss Vioka McBride, Heels Out. You know, her and her other Heels Out instructors, they're part of H-Town's dancers now. You know what I mean? Going on tour. So it's just the opportunities that come and rise from the situations that we do, and then from me helping anybody out in the studio to further their social media or whatever, and what came from that is crazy. You know, the certain things that we pushed for certain people to look at, and now they're looking at it, and now they're actually working with that person or this, that. It's a blessing. I just sit there like, wow, that's crazy.
Man, you are definitely a CEO and wear many hats. You also have a nonprofit foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about the foundation and how you're giving back?
Yeah, I just One Sound Vibe Youth Entertainment Academy. So I love teaching our younger generation how to go through life basically, and not giving up and staying true to themselves. You know, like I said, just like how I do, you know, older individuals, the same thing. We're all, you know, and I thought I heard something. It is together, and we have classes for them as far as teaching about the engineer, how to write, how to rap, how to play instruments, how to dance. Also, you know, as far as classes for how to build a phone app, or I'm about to have a wholesaling class shortly, wholesaling flipping houses with one of the mentors out of Dallas coming May 22nd. So that's another thing as well coming up. So you're never too young to learn. I started working when I was 9. I had a paper route. I had a whole manager at that time. I had collecting money, getting my tips. Okay, this is the money I owe you. These are my tips. You know, type of deal. At 9 years old.
Yeah.
I was roofing at 13.
Oh, wow.
So I never not had a job. Every year in my life I had a job. I never without this. I don't like excuses. And you know, people that give excuses, I don't care for them. You know, but I do try to uplift them and like, look, you know, cut the excuses. To say if you didn't do something, you shouldn't do it. I don't want to hear the rest of it. I don't want to hear what's after it. This is, you know, let's find a solution and fix it. Just like stressing. I learned at 18 years old why stress about it. Find a solution and fix it.
If there were 3 words to describe you, what would those 3 words be? That'd be the hardest question.
I mean, honestly, man. I mean, I these 3 words I don't think go with it, but it kind of goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is what I give, and that's what I look for: trust, honesty, and loyalty.
Hey, those are 3 good ones. Can't get. I mean, hey, nothing else needs to be said after that. Okay. What would you say has been your biggest challenge in the music industry?
Biggest challenge. The biggest challenge Well, my biggest challenge was actually finding a damn group. Singing group. That was my biggest challenge, signing a singing group that actually works, you know, because during the time making the band was going on, my older cousin and I were traveling the states looking for singers as well before making the band started. But I'm auditioning people. These people want to fight me. What you want to fight me for?
Right.
Well, I'll probably put you in a group.
Yeah.
But, you know, everyone has their issues. You know, it is what it is. You know, and if someone were to ask me to be in a group today, I would. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I would at least do it, you know.
A lot of people don't like being in groups because it's dealing with different attitudes and different people, but you do tend to have people that mesh well together. So I hope that you find that group out there, because your production is awesome, and I think it would be great to hear a group sound with a lead Keith Sweat singer. You know? I'm just,
hey, you know, we got
that's how it goes. What would you tell, what would be some advice that you would give aspiring artists or producers or anyone out there that's looking to build something in this industry?
I would give advice to everybody in this world. How about that?
Okay.
Listen, I believe in 4 things. If you do these 4 things, you can do anything in life. Research, listen, learn, and apply. Do those 4 things, you can do anything in this world. Literally any damn thing. Pretty well.
Okay. Are there any parting words you would like to say to the audience before we go? And I would also like you to let them know your Instagram page, how to subscribe on YouTube, or go to his page and click the link. But let everybody know how they can follow you and how we can keep up with One Sound Vibe and Lafayette Music. And give them their parting words as we leave the show. And this is the Grind, Hustle, Stack podcast. And as they can see, you're grinding, hustling. And definitely the whole team is making more than 6 figures this year, okay?
The whole team, stand up. Once again, shout out. Thank you very much for the interview. Thank you very much. And I want to say to everybody, thank you for listening. And like I said, there's more to come for One Sound Vibe. Just stay tuned. You can follow me on Instagram or all social media platforms. I am Lafayette _ or I don't want to be like that person, but you just Google me, Lafayette Taylor, and you can pull up One Sound Vibe Studios and everything else that I'm on, from magazines to anything that you want to find about